Man, I heard something this morning and I was like, whoa. Okay, that's news. That's news. We got two things. We've got David Sampson, who is a very well-known, well-respected business.
David Sampson doesn't mince words. A former Miami Marlins president for 16 years and now a prominent sports business analyst alongside the former CEO of ESPN. Sampson carries real weight when he speaks about the business side of sports. So when he shared his thoughts on the Dan Le Batard show, people paid attention. And what he said should genuinely terrify every WNBA player.
And the owners will end the WNBA.
Really trying to get a landing spot for tons of issues, not just housing or minimums or tagging a percentage of revenue.
If the players are not going to move on a revenue split versus derive revenue share off of a fixed number, what is your opinion on what happens?
Maybe the end of the WNBA.
The Players Association has just authorized a strike, meaning they could walk out at any moment. At the same time, the owners have put a new offer on the table, one that would fundamentally transform player compensation. But there's one demand the players are pushing for that could do far more than slow negotiations or delay progress. It could end everything and put the entire league at risk.
Every player is a free agent. All of them want money and need money. If you have a well-capitalized and well-funded business, the way Project B may be, that could be the end of the WNBA. And I promise you that Adam Silver is thinking about that, and the players are thinking about that.
How real is that?
Project B is already paying individual players multi-million-dollar deals right now. And Unrivaled is backed by serious money as well. If this agreement falls apart, every single WNBA player would instantly become a free agent. That's the part David Sampson sees that most people are missing. This isn't just a labor negotiation. It's a moment where a competing league could swoop in and poach an entire player pool. The timing couldn't be more dangerous.
What you're saying, how probable is that?
It'll be unpopular if the WNBA folds. Unpopular to who? To the large majority of the... I'm not sure I understand what you're saying.
Okay, we're just going to stop it right there. He's got a great point. Unpopular to what? Even with all the new fans, 2.5 million people? If they're gone tomorrow, 2.5 million people. And that's on the very high end.
Dan Le Batard asked a critical question. In a moment when the WNBA has never been more visible, how could the league possibly fold? Wouldn't that be massively unpopular? David Sampson's response cut through the narrative like a knife. Unpopular to who exactly? Even at peak viewership, the audience is still a specific and limited size, and the league has never turned a profit in its entire existence. Popularity and financial viability, he argued, are two completely different things.
Latest offer, all right, from the league. The league's most recent offer would guarantee a maximum base salary of $1 million in 2026 that could reach $1.3 million through revenue sharing. That's up from the current $249,000 and could grow to nearly $2 million over the life of...
Look at the actual offer on the table right now. The maximum base salary would jump from about $249,000 to $1 million in the first year, with the potential to reach $1.3 million through the revenue sharing structure. By the final year of the agreement, max players could be earning nearly $2 million. The minimum salary would rise to $250,000, more than double the current average. This isn't a minor adjustment. It's a complete restructuring of player compensation.
Not going to happen. He said, Adam Silver, that's not going to happen. And if that's what the league want, the players want, the WNBA is over. It's finished. They will not get that. They will not get it because it's not financially viable. You just fold the league because the league's not going to make it then, and everybody moves on to whatever other league they want to.
But this is where things get complicated. There are two very different types of revenue sharing on the table, and that distinction matters more than anything else in these negotiations. The players are pushing for NBA-style revenue sharing, a fixed percentage of all league revenue regardless of profitability. Adam Silver has already made it clear that isn't happening. The owners, instead, are offering performance-based revenue sharing, where players receive additional compensation only if the league turned a profit and meets specific criteria. These are fundamentally different business models, and the gap between them is massive.
This be the end. Because the NBA owners, aka the WNBA owners, and Adam Silver not going to play this game with the WNBA. And you heard him. He was like, the players are going to cave on this. And maybe this perceived move for a strike is like, oh, look at us. We're really strong. We really tried, but we're going to go ahead and take this deal. You know, because they ain't got a choice but to take the deal.
Sampson's analysis points to what he sees as a major strategic mistake by the players. By declaring this their moment, they place enormous pressure on themselves to extract maximum concessions in a single negotiation. That's not how successful unions typically operate. Real progress is usually made through incremental gains across multiple agreements, building trust over time, and allowing the business to prove that a new revenue model actually works. Instead, the players are demanding everything at once from a league that has never generated a single dollar of profit for its owners. From a business perspective, the owners' position that they should recoup decades of losses before agreeing to share future profits is not unreasonable.
Anymore, and now I just never consume it. I didn't even know they were still talking actual sports on there. Tell me what you think. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
The host used to consume the Dan Le Batard show daily for years, but that changed in 2020 when the program shifted heavily into political commentary. He stopped watching altogether and didn't even realize they were still doing real sports analysis until this clip surfaced. That's how far the show had drifted from its original format. This particular segment, however, is different. It's pure business analysis with no politics involved, just cold financial reality.
The biggest thing they did wrong, they said this is their moment. And so they've put a lot of pressure on themselves to make huge changes in the collective bargaining agreement because this is their moment. What you try to do is make incremental benefits through the course of multiple agreements.
Listen closely to what David Sampson actually said. The end of the WNBA is not hyperbole, not a scare tactic, but a genuine possibility. If players refuse to move off their revenue-sharing demand, the NBA owners who control the league may simply walk away. They've subsidized losses for 27 years, and while the new media rights deal finally offers a path toward profitability, players are pushing for a compensation structure that can make profitability impossible before owners ever see a return on their investment. That's the core issue. The WNBA has never turned a profit, with the NBA covering losses every season as a long-term investment in women's basketball, but every investment has a breaking point. Improving fundamentals like rising viewership, sponsorship interest, and stars like Caitlin Clark don't automatically equal profits. Owners still need to control costs while revenue grows and see real returns before sharing revenue that doesn't yet exist. From a business perspective, asking investors to give up profits before they recover decades of losses makes no sense. The hard truth is that NBA owners don't need the WNBA. They want to succeed, but if the model becomes unsustainable, they can shut it down and move on. Players, however, need the WNBA. While stars will find alternatives, mid-tier players, rookies, and an entire development pipeline are at risk. A collapse would create chaos. A few stars had signed elsewhere, while many are left without a home. That's why Sampson believes the players will ultimately cave. Not because their demands are wrong in principle, but because the alternative is worse. A deal that triples the max salary and doubles the minimum is better than no league at all. The real opportunity may not be extracting everything right now, but securing major gains, letting profitability materialize, and negotiating from real financial strength later. Because if the league collapses due to overplaying leverage, history won't remember defiance. It will remember who killed the WNBA by demanding too much, too soon.